All right, we got a new segment I'm starting. Here, we're going to be holding sports media accountable. As far as jobs go, getting fired as an NFL or college football coach, number one job you could possibly get paid millions to do nothing. Number two on that list has got to be sports media or being the weatherman, because you know what? You get paid millions of dollars and you get paid to be wrong. And that's what a lot of these guys do. No shade to First Things First or Nick Wright or anything else. I love First Things First. The show is hilarious. The guys are great. And they do have some good football knowledge, some good football analysis. But these guys are wrong all the time. Do not take their locks or anything like that. They had some real boneheaded picks. Nick did terrible. I went 5-1 this week. I got the Eagles pick wrong. That one looked terrible. I just really thought with how elite that defense has been the past 10 weeks. I mean, they've been the best defense the past 10 weeks. And then Jalen Hurts historically in the playoffs, even though he's had a bad season, regular season stats, performance before. And then when he got to the playoffs, he turned it up. So I was completely wrong on that one. Thought that they could beat a depleted 49ers. They could not. Eagles, very disappointing, looked very rough. But 5-1, got all the rest of my spread picks right. Let's see what Nick Wright picked.
Lifelong quest of a perfect playoff run. It's never happened. We did go 10-3 one year, 13-0 on deck. It starts with one big favorite. Sorry, Coach. Rams minus 10.5. They're not screwing around. Matthew Stafford is unbelievable.
Yep. 0-1 already for him. Picking the Rams to cover against the Panthers. Not a good look. Panthers are, I mean, they're a home playoff team. They beat the Panthers already. They played great against the good teams. They just lost to the bad teams. And then he got the Bears pick right.
I'm getting a 1.5. These games, would I be shocked actually if it's a 1-point final margin? Not at all. Could there be a crazy 2-point conversion at the end? Maybe. I'm getting a 1.5 with the healthier team, the better coach, well, the more secure coach, I should say, and I believe the quarterback who's playing better. I'll take the Bears at home plus a 1.5. The Bears win 28-24. Next.
Totally agree with him on that one. That was the same reason I picked the Bears. I thought they were a better team. I was shocked they were underdogs against the Packers. Packers have been brutal recently. So ever since they lost Micah Parsons, they were not the same team. Wasn't sure what Vegas was thinking with that one.
Jags getting a 1.5. Doesn't mean they're going to win.
1 and 2.
1.5 is valuable now, America. Could it be a 28-27? Bills win, maybe 31-30. Who knows? What I do know is this. I am getting the home team in the playoffs.
I will say, I was really disappointed that the Jags-Bills matchup had to happen in the wildcard round. I said it before, I think whoever won that game was going to go to the AFC Championship. Obviously, that's a spoiler for who I think is going to win the next round. But it's really disappointing. Jags were so hot, hottest team in the NFL going into the playoffs. I thought even if they did pull it off against the Bills that they would have been able to go to the AFC Championship. But Bills, Josh Allen in the playoffs is just he's a different breed. He might have the best stats of any quarterback. Maybe even better than Mahomes and Brady in the playoffs. He just balls out in the playoffs. His defense is what really lets him down all the time.
Getting points when the quarterback is playing at the highest level of turn the Super points.
Oh, watch a little Coffee Mate ad. Coffee sounds good right now.
The Eagles don't beat good teams by margin. The only blowouts they've had all year were against the Raiders, the Giants, and the Commanders. Since week 3, they haven't scored more than 20 points against a playoff team. So I'm getting nearly a full touchdown.
I like this one.
I will take the Niners plus 5.5. I don't know how, but I do know that this game is going to be a 3 or a 4-point game in the fourth quarter with the Eagles trying to just get to the finish line and the Niners seeing if they can execute a late comeback. I wouldn't be shocked if the Niners win. I would be shocked if the Eagles blow them out. I'll take the Eagles plus 5.
Kudos to him. That was pretty much exactly what happened. Eagles looked terrible the whole game. Somehow they were winning because their defense was stellar, and then they did nothing in the second half again.
I like that one a lot.
Chargers plus 3.5. I think the Patriots are going to win.
Not a good pick. I don't know why everyone was so high on the Chargers. Justin Herbert has shown in the playoffs he's a bit of a choker. Drake May is balling. He's legit. He's an MVP candidate. Think he should have won MVP. Patriots are for real. I did think it was going to be higher scoring than it was, just because I thought that without the elite Patriots pass rush, it wasn't going to be a good defensive stop. I thought Herbert was going to ball out, and he just showed he's like Sam Darnold. It's about time he starts getting the same amount of hate that Sam Darnold gets. He just chokes in the playoffs. You know, you have a very lackluster pass rush from the Patriots, and you can't do nothing. I really thought he was going to ball out, and he didn't. I picked the Patriots to cover. I just thought it was going to be higher scoring, and it was just an ugly, boring game.
I think they're going to win by 3 points. 3.5 points is a bit too rich for my blood, America. I'll take the Chargers plus 3.5. Reasons coach said, the more experienced coach, the more experienced quarterback, I think the better defense. Drake May, I think, will be enough for the Patriots to overcome all that, but not in blowout fashion. This feels to me like 24-21 Patriots. I'll take Chargers plus 3.5. And last but not least, it's Monday Night Football. It's in Pittsburgh, so I'll take the Steelers, and I'm getting 3 points. Give me a break. Analysis over. So, 6 picks.
Yikes. He was so confident about that, and he was so wrong. The game was way closer than the final score was. It just got really ugly, really out of hand really quick. C.J. Stroud was not good, but that Texans defense, I just knew they were going to be a problem for Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers really struggled against the Browns when they had to play him, and it's the same thing with the Texans defense. Great pass rush. Danielle Hunter, Will Anderson, absolute game wreckers. So win about as expected. I thought that the Steelers wouldn't be able to do very much on offense, and the score was not indicative of a blowout or of the actual how the game was played, but was still correct on that one. Nick was wrong, so that means that Nick's final tally was 2-4. 2-4. Congratulations, you got paid millions of dollars to go 2-4.
See the league clearly. I'm not going to let 3-0 change me. I'm not scared of picking big games, taking the points with Detroit. Play in the
All right, we don't need to see the
with
intro.
the Chicago Bears. Easier,
No, we'll let
and
it go.
easiest. I know that
Okay,
I'm right.
We're watching the intro then.
Oh, that I'm right.
All right, Parkins picks. It was a rough go.
It's a sad day.
Where's the?
And everything else goes.
I think that's
I'll wear this chain
All right.
last 6, or the fact that the
he
Panthers
was right on the
beat the
Panthers with
Rams.
that one.
But I'll just go history. Since 2000, if you're a road favorite by more than 5 points, you're 0-4 against the spread.
Love it.
It's tough to go on the road. Wild
I'm
card
gonna
weekend is a
take- I'm
huge
gonna take-
favorite
This guy's
and
so
win.
on tilt, he's a trends better now.
Love it.
I mean, 10.5 is pretty significant. What's the next game in order? Just throw it up there, and then I'll give you the reason.
Yep,
Oh, yeah,
Bears.
that's right.
He's
the
right about
Bears.
that one. 2-0
The
for
Packers
Parkins so far.
cannot stop the run. The Bears are the best rushing team in the NFL since their bye. Second best overall. Packers run defense second half of the season. Big yikes, allowing 145 yards a game. Going to be a snow game. Ball on the ground.
But he used that info when you were talking about Curly Lambeau 20
Yeah, I
minutes
like
ago.
that. That was good.
I'm saving it for picks. By the way, Curly Lambeau against George Hallis. Great game. It's a good fact.
Fields against each other.
Yeah, a lot of tension on this side of the desk. What's the next game? I forgot the order again. Oh, yeah, Bills minus
Bills,
1.5
too.
against Jacksonville.
Man, he
Here's the
copied
thing,
my
Josh
picks.
Allen, he's played 13 playoff games. Trevor Lawrence has played 2. Which quarterback has thrown more playoff interceptions? That would be Trevor Lawrence. Wow. I mean,
Yeah, see, look at these
it's
numbers. This is
kind
what
of
I
a
was talking about with
mismatch
Josh
there
Allen.
at
He's
the
just
quarterback
ridiculous in the
position. If we
playoffs.
all care, and they're all different players come the playoffs.
Who could that guy have beaten in the playoffs?
I guess
That guy
will
must
have
have
to
been a
take-
real
It's
dog.
a team sport.
It is a team sport. Thanks, Wild, for paying attention. Next game. Why is this spread so big? Probably because laying 5.5 with Philly is obvious here.
He really copied my picks.
San Francisco just played one of the most physical games of the year.
3-1
against
so far, though. He's doing a lot better than Nick it was, that's for sure. So far, he's copied my picks.
Seattle. Philly rested their starters. San Francisco has to fly all the way across the country to Philly for this game. Nick Sirianni blows out his opponents in home playoff games. And, oh, yeah, by the way, San Francisco, yeah, they didn't give up a ton of points to Seattle. They gave up 180 yards on the ground. And now you get Saquon Barkley, a healthy Philadelphia offensive line in Philly. Saquon goes nuts in this game. Eagles in a blowout. To the night game. Because Wilds loved it so much during pack stats, yes, I'm taking Chargers plus 3.5 against the Patriots, but how do Pro Bowl quarterbacks do against the Patriots defense? Justin Herbert's a Pro Bowl quarterback. Well, if you're a Pro Bowl quarterback, you must be successful against everybody, except the Chargers. Oh, wow, look at that.
And to be fair, the Chargers defense did hold Drake May, MVP all year, balling out, and they did make him have a more pedestrian game. He still had a solid game, but they did hold him back, so he's right about that one. But he's just such a Justin Herbert meat writer. It's got to stop. It's got to stop.
Chargers defense did not bend at all against Pro Bowl quarterbacks this year and had a 9-3 record.
Team sport.
Patriots very
Good
much
defense.
did. team sport. Chargers defense better than the Patriots defense. I love the Chargers plus 3.5. And then on Monday, the Texans -3 against the Steelers. Very simple.
All right, so Danny went 4-2, pretty solid picks. He pretty much copied all of mine. The only thing he went different with was the Chargers versus the Patriots, just because he's a Justin Herbert meat writer. But there's Danny's picks, a lot better than Nick's picks. Let's see what Colin Cowherd had to say for his picks. So Colin has the Blazing 5. He had a free cop-out to not have to pick one of the wildcard games. He might have still picked them. We'll see. But see how Colin Cowherd did.
Blazing 5 postseason edition.
That's a hot one. Let's blaze it up. Fire it up. It's Colin's Blazing 5. Rams and Panthers.
Rams -10.5 is the side. They had an NFL 8 wins by 14-plus points this season. No team had that many big blowout wins. Number 1 offense, number 1 scoring offense. They just lost to this team. That is momentum. That is motivation. They're 12-2 in games in which they have 1 or fewer turnovers. So if they can cut the turnovers down, and Stafford hasn't had a lot of bad games this year, they're going to win the game. The question is by how much. The Panthers are the only team to make the playoffs with a negative point differential. Bryce Young has struggled this season against good teams. Passer rating is 70 against playoff teams. Rams win it. Rams cover. Final score 33-20.
Packers and Bears.
I like the Bears at home. Lousy weather plus 1.5. Bears have the number 3 rush offense. Don't turn the ball over. Better O-line, better run game, lousy weather. Forget vertical passing. I like the Bears. Their offensive line, I think it's way better than people get. PFF has it at number 3. They've won 2 of the last 3 games against Green Bay. Caleb Williams, 5 TDs and a pick. And that pick was end zone late in the game trying to make a play. The Packers are on a 4-game losing streak heading into the playoffs. They've lost 4 of their last 5 playoff games. 30th ranked total defense. Since Micah Parsons has left, I'm sorry, it's not the same defense. Caleb's going to be comfortable with a better run game. I like the Bears. Take the points to win 27-24.
Bills and Jaguars.
I like the Jags plus 1.5. They're 4-1 all time in home playoff games. 8-0 since week 11 and have outscored teams by almost 3 touchdowns. They're 8-0 against the spread in their last 8 games. Remind me of that Carolina team with Cam Newton. They just got hot. And you're like, get out of the way. Get out of the way of this team. Defense is held opponents under 20 points or fewer in 6 straight games. And Trevor Lawrence in his last 6 games on an absolute heater. The Bills have trailed in the second half 7 of the last 10 games. That is no way to beat good teams on the road. They cannot stop the run. The Bills have the worst run defense of every playoff team. I like the Jags to win. Superman or not at quarterback for Buffalo, 30-27 Jayville.
I will say, though, Jags completely gave up on the run game, and Bills did have to once again have a little second half heroics, but Superman quarterback, got to have faith in him. 1-2 for Colin Cowherd so far.
49ers at Eagles.
Listen, I'm going to go Eagles minus 5.5. I worry about Pearsall and Trent Williams.
Got burnt on me with that one, too. 1-3. Yikes.
Number 1 red zone offense. So they get 7s, not 3s. They also have 1 turnover in the last 3 games. So they've won 3 straight games. I do think they run the ball a little better recently. Saquon Barkley, last 4 games, he's got 400 rushing. J-Mac talked about it earlier. It's a game. They struggle against him. Jalen Hurts is comfortable at home. Eagles to cover 28-20.
Oregon versus Indiana.
I like Indiana minus 3.5. I don't think that game at Autzen was as close as the score indicated. Indiana's coming off back-to-back wins where they hammered Alabama and they beat Ohio State. 3-0 against top 10 opponents this year. They committed the quarterback's a little leaky. Just don't think they're built to. Doesn't turn the ball over. I think Indiana wins. I think Indiana covers. I think it's a really competitive game with the 2 best college quarterbacks. Indiana 33, Oregon 28. So, I'm going to pass on New England Chargers. I'm going to pass on the Steelers Texans because the number now is only 3. That was going to be my 5th bet.
Yeah, it's a good thing he passed on it because he's a Justin Herbert guy. So I'm sure he would have picked Justin Herbert and he would have been wrong. Um, Colin Cowherd, terrible. 0-1, 1-1, 1-2, 1-3. I guess if you count the Indiana game, he went 2-3. Either way, paid millions of dollars to be wrong. Another weatherman.